The Rolex 24 at Daytona is a long race. It starts at 1:40 p.m. on Saturday and ends 24 hours later on Sunday at 1:40 p.m. When the green flag drops, it starts a grueling test of endurance, reliability. But in some way, the green flag also represents a bit of an end cap for the teams that have spent almost 2 years of non-stop work to design, build, and test the new Mustang GT3. It's been a long road to get here, developing and improving every aspect of the car to be reliable, fast, durable, and to endure a race like Daytona, like the 24 hours of Le Mans, or the 12 hours of Sebring. Qualifying for the Rolex 24 at Daytona starts the week before the race, with the Roar before the 24, a dedicated testing and qualifying session that sets the pace for the next 8 days. The Roar also sees a new customer team for the first time, with Proton Competition entered in the GTD class in their number 55 Ford Mustang GT3.
The first time they rolled this car was Friday. Very impressed with how quickly they come along, and the drivers have come along quite naturally.
It's really cool for me to drive this car here at Daytona. I mean, American car, I'm an American driver, so for me it's a dream come true. And I mean, it's just my second day in the car, and already I'm really, really impressed.
Yeah, the Mustang has been great to us. You know, we had a nice welcome with the car. Car looks amazing. Coming here to Daytona, driving that beast, it's a real pleasure. We worked throughout the Roar now to dial in the car, get the setup right, and we're in a really happy place now with the car. We're sharing everything, so it's basically the same as running one team.
You know, I think it's great to have three of us, three different cars working on completely different, sometimes, directions. At the end of the day, we can sit down, talk about it, and make the best package come race ready.
At the end of the Roar, the Ford Multimatic Motorsports Mustang GT3's number 65 and 64 qualified 9th and 13th in GTD Pro, while the number 55 Proton entry qualified 15th in GTD.
It is a 24-hour race, so where you start is definitely unlikely to be where you finish.
To finally be here with a team that's as strong as it is, you know, 6 drivers in the factory team plus a customer car. Everyone's excited to have us here and to have Mustang back in the top series of sports car racing on the world stage is very, very exciting.
The Rolex 24 at Daytona.
First session of the official race week. So we're into the final sort of tweaks and changes. So all 3 cars across the 2 factory cars and the GTD car are quite different on the setup. In our car now, we're basically back to back in stiff setup and a soft setup. The one thing is the weather now is a lot warmer. That's really going to affect tire wear.
This might be the warmest 24-hour that I've seen, that I've been to. The idea here is to try and chase the racetrack a little bit and see what we need to do setup-wise. Lap time should be way slower, just because you have less power, less downforce, and less grip, just all because of temperatures.
When the green flag drops here, it places a marker in time, the first direct measure of its performance against the world. But no matter what happens, this is the first race ever for the Mustang GT3.
I mean, if you're not excited anymore, you should be here, honestly. I'm really, really happy to see everybody coming here.
Drivers from all over the globe, from all categories of motorsport, are ready to take on one of the toughest tests in motorsports anywhere on the planet.
We made our way forward a bit.
Yeah. I mean, this race is always going to be about the learning race.
Strengthened about bonded, but they were like a Division 1 strengthener, which got bonded at the factory and they were aluminium.
A few hours into the race, the number 65 Ford Mustang GT3 was forced to enter the pits for repairs to its rear deck lid, which did not survive the turbulent air.
Damage to the back of the 64 Mustang. Something has hit it on the left-hand side.
Really the biggest thing that happened to us was we got checked up from the rear of the 64, which then bumped into the 55, caused both of them to have diffuser damage. Both had to pit for noses, diffusers.
Ford factory driver Dennis Olsen. Dennis, things seem to be going so well for you, but now the car is back in again.
Marco got hit on the last restart. We lost the rear lights, so we're gonna try to change the diffuser, but hopefully there is no damage on the center floor so we can connect it again.
55 retired from that, and 64 lost a lot of laps.
Four different time zones in the car for a couple stints, so about 8 hours in the car, which is what we expected. Bound to happen the first race, to have something, not go perfectly. But I will say the rest of the car's gone really good. To finish this race would be big for us, be big for Ford, Colton, Happy, everybody. Just to see that all the parts will go the distance.
2 hours left to go in the race. The number 65 Ford Mustang GT3 is forced to retire due to a mechanical issue with the rear wing. At the end of this long event, one Mustang GT3, the number 64 car, endured the challenge, finishing 6th in the GTD Pro in the debut for the new car.
Racing is a horror sometimes.
It's the toughest race of the IMSA schedule to start with a brand new car. We came here to finish. We came here to learn. And we definitely did both. And it's, I think, a testament to the people to keep pressing forward through the race. And I think at the finish there was a lot of relief, a lot of smiles, but it just builds the team, makes us even stronger to keep going forward together.
I'm obviously over the moon to get that first finish and for the 64 to run reliably throughout. Clearly there's a lot of work to do, but as mad as it sounds for the biggest race of the year, I feel like this was our warm-up race and our season will start at Sebring.
When the team first started this challenge years ago with drawings and plans, they knew it wasn't going to be easy. They knew that racing is hard. Racing can be unfair. It breaks cars, it breaks people, and it breaks hearts. But they've raced their first marathon. They've accepted the challenge of one of the toughest motorsport events in the world head on, and they will be ready for the next one. Evolved, stronger, always moving forward. This is the end of the beginning of the development story of the Mustang GT3, and it's the start of a global program of competition.